Hey everybody, this is, I'm not comfortable divulging my name here. As you may be aware, I've said some controversial things about pickups lately, and, big pickups after me. You know, what was that? What the fuck? Okay, they sent the company assassins after me, and, oh shit, I got Keith Merrow on my ass. It's fucked up. It's fucked. It's totally fucked. Yeah, I'm sorry, alright? Okay, I'm fucking sorry, alright, you fucking assholes? The Wine Masters Union is after me. The Bureau of Bobbins is after me. I got the fucking Prince of Poles up my ass. They're trying to pull the fucking fillings out of my teeth with all these goddamn magnets. Man, they said I've gone microphonic. They're trying to pot me, people. Look, I did this for you, you fucking ingrates. I'm just trying to get to the truth. Fucking terrible.
He has no idea who he fucked with. So, Leon.
Keith, in a minute.
Down in the Merrow, episode pickups.
So what do you got there? You got some pickups from Duncan?
Yes, sir. Brand new guitar pickups from the custom shop. I suppose they're destined for the production market. I'm not sure the full details of these guys, to be honest. This is the Nazgul Sentient 7-string set.
Gotcha.
Rails.
Okay.
We're doing fucking rails today, boys. If you want to do rails with the big boys, man, you gotta. God damn it. You realize it's like 100 degrees in here right now, right?
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
It's so hot in here. So what I have here is I have my 2024 Lagoon Fade Mark III KM7 from Schecter Guitars. And it's currently equipped with Lundgren M7 pickups. That's what it comes with from the factory. I really enjoy these pickups. But today we're gonna take these out and we're gonna put in these rail pickups. We're gonna see what they sound like. We're gonna see how much of a difference they make in this guitar. We're not gonna get scientific about anything because I'm not a fucking scientist. I mean, I went half my career with unchecked mental health issues and addicted to opioids. My history with guitar pickups kind of goes way, way back, dude.
Sure.
Like, I'm talking like early 90s probably, 93-ish. It was a 40th anniversary Stratocaster. They were like a Guitar Center exclusive kind of thing. The guitar, of course, had single coil pickups in it, and I was a 13-year-old playing through like one of those little crate GX15s or whatever, you know? Trying to play like Sepultura Arise riffs and stuff. It was noisy. And I didn't know anything about guitar pickups back then. I didn't have any guitar friends, I didn't have any friends in general. So I thought this guitar was broken, and I took it into a shop and I was like, hey man, when I play this guitar through my amp, it buzzes and it's noisy. I think it's broken. And he's like, oh no, it's not broken, kid. You just need a guitar with humbucker pickups in it. What he did is he traded me a real piece of shit Dean guitar for that Fender Stratocaster. So this Dean guitar was like, it was an 80s Dean Baby Z.
Okay.
It was like a miniature Explorer short scale guitar.
Oh, yeah, okay.
ZZ Top guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
So ZZ Top guitar, it was a USA guitar. It was actually pretty cool.
Oh.
A few months after having that guitar, the bridge pickup actually failed. It stopped working. and I didn't have any money and no resources to do anything. I did what any idiot kid would do with no money. I ripped the guitar apart and I put the neck pickup in the bridge.
Yeah.
Because it worked, right?
Yeah, sure.
Because I was like, well, I don't ever use the neck position anyway.
Sure.
But what I found was that it sounded way different than it did before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that means they're not the same thing. They look exactly the same.
Sure.
It's so hot in here, the flies are gathering, dude. But yeah, that was like the first time I was like, well, pickups actually do something and they matter. And it's such a small, little, simple device.
Right.
But there's so many different little nuances that you can do to affect the way it sounds. Like these little pole pieces compared to these rails, that all makes a difference in the end on how it sounds. People will tell you that it's not worth spending your money on something that makes such a small difference. But what do you want out of your guitar? I'm the kind of guy who likes putting wheels on my car. I like new shoes. I like customizing things. I like playing with them. So yeah, let's get into this. This is so I can freebase or boof. I'll do it on OnlyFans for a couple bucks.
So what about the pickup that you liked the most when you first heard I put it in? It was like surprising.
The first time I heard a guitar pickup that made me go, oh my god, was the Duncan Distortion, the SH6.
Oh, the classic.
pickups like became a huge part of my career for a while. I went all over the world basically because of guitar pickups. All that stuff back then, it happened so fast. It's like nobody prepares you for that.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of stuff that happened back then that changed my life. And Seymour Duncan was like kind of at the center of a lot of that, man. I would be lying if I didn't say that I owe them tremendously for where I'm at today. The story with Seymour Duncan is I worked there for a few years and worked on several projects with them. Pedals, pickups, a lot of like media production for them. Like I did videos with other artists. I did prototyping of pickups for artists who ended up getting signature pickups. All right, story time, show and tell with your old pal KM. You don't mind, right? I remember from 2020 when we did these videos. You guys love this stuff. Hopefully there's still something cool in these boxes to share. So over the years I've acquired a bunch of guitar pickups, obviously. I wanted to share some of these with you because I think there's probably some cool stuff still in these boxes. I used to have an even bigger box that we sold pickups to actually buy my son's first car. Then that car got stolen out of our driveway shortly after, so RIP. Maybe there's a couple cool pieces in here that have some history. Maybe we can embark on a little journey together, huh? What do you think? So in these two boxes of pickups, various different projects I've worked on, prototypes, things like that. Anyway, let's go through some of this stuff and see what we got here. So Schecter Custom Shop, a lot of people don't know, but they started out as a pickup company, like a parts company. They used to make bridge parts and all kinds of stuff for custom guitars, and they kind of started in the pickup game. I'm not sure what these are. Actually, these aren't pickups at all. These are actually color samples from when we did the Lambo Blue KM7 Mark I. What else we got? Here's a Slug humbucker. This was a custom shop Duncan pickup that supposedly has like the most output on the planet. This is actually a prototype. This might even be the very first one. It actually says 1 on it. It doesn't even look like the regular Slug humbucker looks either. It's got more of like a, I'm gonna bust out my phone. So yeah, it doesn't look like a regular Slug. It looks like just a standard Seymour Duncan pickup, which is common for the prototypes because they'll test them out often just with their standard bobbins and poles and stuff. But this particular one, I'm not sure what the story is. I don't remember. So here's Jeff's bridge pickup for his blackouts from Seymour Duncan. That's pretty cool. This is a prototype here. What else we got in here? Oh wow, I didn't even realize I had these, but that is pretty insane. The Alpha Omega Mark Holcomb pickup set from the custom shop though. This is made by MJ, and these are the Zephyr pickups. So these are wound with silver winding. Which is different, obviously, than the standard copper winding that you would find on just about every other pickup. You could kill a werewolf with these. I should probably put these in something. These are insanely sick pickups right here. Black Winters, dude. Y'all know. These go hard, dude. These go real hard. Here's my Fishman pickups. A lot of people probably don't know about these, actually. There was a brief moment in time where I was a signature Fishman artist, and these are my signature pickups from them. This is the custom series. They were sort of their own voicing. These are really great sounding pickups, and this project was a lot of fun. I got to work on this with Tosin Abasi, a few other people to get these voiced, and they turned out really cool. But I ended up ultimately going back to passive pickups because that's kind of what I was used to my entire playing career. Having a battery in my guitar was a little bit inconvenient. And the reason why it was inconvenient is because I leave a guitar plugged in next to my desk, like next to my chair, arm's length away, so I can just pick it up at any moment, hit the switch and start playing. You know, roll the volume knob and I'm ready to play. And when you have active pickups and you leave it plugged in like that indefinitely, it drains the battery. So I kind of had to change things up a little bit in order to get back that like impulsive workflow that I had. So that's why I went back to passive pickups. But yeah, the Fishman guys are great. They make great pickups. If you ever find a set of these, maybe pick them up, man. They're gonna end up being pretty rare, I think. What else we got, dudes? Here's a prototype Seymour Duncan Pegasus right here. It's probably not marked, so I'm not gonna take it out of the package, but oh, I guess it is. 8-string Sentient. That's a prototype. What is this? Keith Merrow Tosin pickups. You know, there was a brief moment where Tosin Abasi was working on signature pickups with Seymour Duncan, and I was helping voice those pickups for him. Yeah, and ironically, years later, Tosin helped me voice my artist pickups at his house to get the sound of my guitar pickups from Fishman. So I helped him voice pickups at Seymour Duncan, and he helped me voice pickups at Fishman. SH6B Retro Special. So I think what this is right here is a Duncan distortion that I used on my Retro Special album back in like 2011 or 10 or something. Man, there's just so much, dude. I mean, I'd be here all day trying to go through this stuff with you guys, but it's a Mark Hopeland pickup. Another set of my Fishman pickups. Man, it's just an avalanche of guitar pickups over here. Mick Thompson Blackouts. I don't think they make these anymore. But those were always the best Blackouts, I thought. I don't know, man. What's in this box? We haven't even got to this box yet. So I got some Lundgren pickups. That's what I'm currently using. These are M7s. That comes in the current KM7 guitar. That's some Nick Johnson custom shop pickups. More custom shop pickups. Here's one of my Fishman pickups, prototype. That's Rev 1 right there of the neck. I'm probably not supposed to have this. I don't even know why I have this. It's a prototype Tosin Abasi 8-string DiMarzio. Crazy. Bridge pickup that we worked on with Fishman. This is revision 2.2. It was based on the classic pickup and we tweaked the voicing. EMG Marty Friedman pickups, actually, that EMG sent. I don't know if they ever released these. Yeah, man, I could probably go on all day with this stuff. To be totally honest with you, I'm not going to. So how did I get involved in all this pickup stuff in the first place? It's probably a question nobody ever asked, but I'm going to answer anyway. So yeah, I met the Seymour Duncan crew at the NAMM show in the early 2010s. I went to a dinner with Ole England, and I got to talking with the guys at Seymour Duncan there, and they had seen some of my videos, and at the time, I was in college studying multimedia, trying to get my multimedia degree for audio and video. He's like, well, maybe we could do something sometime and work together. And of course, you know, early on in my career, I was really excited about that. I thought that was really cool. So I bought a whole bunch of Seymour Duncan pickups and I made this demo that 700,000+ people have taken advantage of up to this point. Thank you for that, by the way. That's amazing. What that originally was meant to be was an interactive DVD that you would put in a DVD player and you could select the different pickups with your remote. And that video on YouTube that has those back-to-back comparisons, that was like the bones behind the DVD. And that DVD, Seymour Duncan ended up using at the NAMM show. They put it in a kiosk and you could sort of like select the pickup in this little kiosk thing that they had, and that was exciting stuff for me. And so they offered me a job. I started out there just doing customer service, believe it or not. People would call on the phone and they would ask questions like, what's gonna sound good in my Les Paul? And you know, I would tell them a JB and a Jazz or whatever it is, you know. I was their first remote employee. They took a gamble on me, which I'm thankful for still to this day. We did a lot of really cool projects together. We worked on pedals and pickups and all kinds of stuff. In the short time that I was there, I was only there a couple years. So I mean, I just have a lot of this weird like pickup stuff and history, and people have asked me about pickups for years and years now, and it's probably because I used to do it for work and it was a part of my career, you know. These days, I just kind of play what I like, man, you know. Anyway. Back to the video. You know, I got to do a lot of really cool and legendary stuff while I worked there, and I was honored to have done that. The reason why I left there, honestly, I got into this kind of stuff in music in general because I wanted to play guitar and make music.
Yeah.
The day finally came where it was like, you either have to make a choice and be like a company guy, kind of put everything else on the back burner that you're doing, or you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah.
And that was sort of the choice that I was presented with. I went my own way.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
These are all people who, like, I respect highly.
Sure.
And
you
I guess
didn't burn your bridges there.
no, I feel like maybe I earned their respect as well because I kind of showed them what my values are.
Yeah, sure.
I got work that involved my guitar, so I had to take it.
Yeah.
The first opportunity I had to make a living playing guitar, I did it.
Yeah. Makes
Who
sense.
wouldn't?
Yeah.
Seymour Duncan helped me do that.
Long ago, when I first started playing in bands and stuff, I switched to EMGs and I rode with that for a decade. And then at some point, I switched over to Duncan's. I switched to Passes, and I did notice that they fucking break.
I just broke that bit off in front of me. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, I switched to Passes because I always thought that Passes were too slow and they kind of balloon a little bit, like in
That's that feel thing that all these people are debating right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I do notice that that active pickups do sound faster, if that's a way to.
They're more immediate.
Right, they're more immediate. But I also noticed that as I've gotten older too, I do like the bloom a little bit more and the roar.
Yeah, that's because it's the dab rock shit, man. That's my philosophy on what a cool metal tone is. For like modern stuff, I guess you could say. I mean, there's different flavors of metal tone, obviously.
Sure.
There's not just one flavor.
Of course.
But for like a cool modern metal tone where you kind of get all the stuff, you get the pick attack, you get the clarity.
Yeah.
It's like if you were to take Angus Young, his tone, and like really fuck it up.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Do some cocaine. And just light it up on Saturday night. Like that's like the kind of modern metal tone I like. Ooh, that's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
So I guess in the past their rail pickups were kind of like in that housing, which was sort of like that Bill Lawrence style thing, where it's like the whole pickup was encased and the rails poked through. They probably designed this when they did Wes Houck's pickup, where they did the rail design with the regular bobbins. I don't know if they had done that previously, but that's probably where they.
This does look
that
different than any other Duncan pickup I've seen on the back, and
Yeah, the base plate's flat rather than having legs that stick down. When you have different guitars with different bridges, sometimes the pole spacing doesn't quite line up with the strings perfectly. You know, some people trip out about that. They think that's going to make a huge difference.
It's distracting.
Visually, it's not the prettiest looking thing in the world, but we realize that it actually doesn't make a difference at all. It's just a cosmetic thing.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm going to go back and wire this bad boy in. I don't need the split. I'd say I'm curious about what these pickups sound like split, but that's not a sound I ever use.
Sure.
I'm not interested in that really. I wouldn't even put the neck pickup in. I would literally just put the bridge pickup in, wire it straight to the jack, and I'd be done with it. I primarily just play riffs, dude.
You're gonna regret not having a neck pickup, son. Bro, the fuck out of the house, dickweed. Oh, live for a second. Maybe not.
That's what people want on YouTube, are super honest reviews of stuff. Fucking soldering iron that I bought off Amazon is a piece of crap. Don't buy one. I'm gonna plug it in real quick just to make sure it works.
Nice.
God damn, I'm good. Alright, so I got them in. They work. I did the screwdriver test. We're gonna take the guitar, go in the house, put some strings on it. We're gonna fire it up, see what it sounds like. So yeah, I'm gonna go Fender Tonemaster Pro into the Seymour Duncan Power Stage. So we got Leon over here setting up the 412 Stealth cabinet, EVH 412 Stealth, and we're gonna try the SM7B this time because I've been kind of digging it on guitars lately. We're gonna give it a shot. But this is my new little ISO room that I built out in this closet. Pretty cool. Caramel mortar coil.
Hot toilet coil?
You got any good Carcass stories?
actually.
That was perfect, dude.
They were the first like extreme metal band I ever got into. So
Really?
I was in San Francisco with my mom at her work, and she was there late for some reason, and she just like, I was bothering her, so she just stuffed $10 in my hand and pushed me out the door. I was like, go find something to do. And I went to a record store on Noe Street in San Francisco, and it was in the cutout bin. It was like $8.99, so I had just almost exactly enough to buy it or whatever.
Nice.
And
What year would you say this was?
This probably would have been like 91 or something, maybe
Wow.
92. This is Symphonies of Sickness, which I think came out in 89. You've seen the cover.
Yeah.
And it's fucking gnarly. And I was just like,
Disgusting.
what the fuck? And so I just had to buy it.
It's like the first time you saw Faces of Death movies or something.
Yeah.
Same
It's,
kind of vibe.
it is so scary with that intro. Just like, big fucking chorus, dun 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 dun, and then like the first time I ever heard a blast beat, I wasn't into it at first, and I just kept listening to it for like a week.
That album is so abrasive and
The production's like really gnarly
it's
too.
destructive sounding.
I'm almost positive that's an early Colin Richardson production too.
Is that right?
And yeah, I think so. And like really early, like one of his first or something.
Nice, dude. That's an excellent Carcass story. I don't really have a good Carcass story, but Heartwork was my first Carcass record.
Sure.
And then I went backwards from there.
Yeah.
But when Heartwork came out, I thought they were all like musically intelligent. And I was like listening
Right.
to it all the time.
Sure.
I was a kid, but like I was interested in that kind of sound, Like
Sure.
I loved like the blast with the melodic riffing. And
Yeah.
Because I used to listen to it all the time with my buddy that lived down the street. We lived in this trailer park in San Diego.
Uh-huh.
I used to listen to it on my headphones and like go walking in the middle of the night. And there was this lemon tree by his house, and they had like softball-sized lemons.
Okay.
And all these trailers had metal roofs, And,
Sure.
And as you do when you're like 13 or 14 years old, middle of the night, I'm just bombing these lemons at this trailer. Getting on top of this trailer, and it's like the loudest, most destructive sounding thing on
It's
earth.
like a gong.
Oh man, his mom used to get so fucking pissed.
Your fondest Carcass memory is bombing your homie's house with lemon. It literally felt scary to listen to that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny to say that now, but I was like, I literally like get goosebumps like hearing that intro to Symphonies of Sickness and the intro to Harmony Corruption and the intro to
Yeah,
Inhale,
Harmony
Exhale.
Corruption was probably my first extreme metal record ever. Like I went from like Slayer to Harmony Corruption.
Yeah,
'Cause I-
from Slayer to Carcass.
Yeah, it was like Napalm Death was like a life-changing band.
Yeah,
I used to sit there and put my headphones in, trying to do my homework, and like I guess I was in like 7th grade or something when Harmony Corruption was out. Match the blast beats with my
not
with my
getting any
pencil.
work done, just trying to.
Yeah, dude, I would just sit there and
Lick
listen
hairs
because I mean, you listen to it now and it sounds kind of slow, because everything now
sure.
is like 300 BPM. or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that stuff was probably like, I guess like between 180 200.
It was the fastest thing on the planet for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, and I got Utopia Vanish right after.
Yeah.
And that was huge for me because that was even like a step further in the death metal-ish
Sure.
modern kind of direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that album's great too.
Yeah, it's a good one too. World Keeps Turning.
Yeah, I Abstain.
Yeah,
That song rules, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pickup kind of gave me Carcass vibes, and I always really liked that tone,
Sure.
Like, it was a real kind of compressed, but, like, smooth and articulate.
Yeah. How do you think this one compares to the original Nazgul?
It has this cool kind of compressed feel.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's not really the right word.
Sort of a roar to it, like it kind of, yeah.
It very much has that mid-range that's real pronounced that
Yeah.
the Nazgul's known for, but it kind of has, like, a tooth to it.
Yeah, sure. There's a little spike in there.
Yeah, there's something going on in the top end there that's really cool. The Nazgul's capable of getting like kind of organic and warm and stuff like that. This sounds a bit more metallic.
A little more like gnarly.
A little more aggressive, yeah.
Yeah. So how are you gonna demonstrate how this pickup sounds?
They originally wanted me to play a Woods You Were Proud song,
Okay.
but,
Yeah,
but I
that's an
couldn't get
outtake
the
for
mix
sure.
to sound like shit. What else was I gonna play? one last little note here. I ended up changing out the mic for my playthrough, so I figured I would explain the signal chain I'm using here real quick. Of course, it's the Lagoon Fate guitar with the new Duncans in it. It's a Sentient Nazgul. Running straight out, I go to this Countryman DI, which splits my signal. The DI line goes straight to my PreSonus Quantum HD interface, and the other side goes out to this Ampete switcher here, which has a bunch of different amps and things hooked up to it. But right now, I'm running the Fender TMP, kind of a hybrid setup I have going on here. I'm currently using the Soldano. I have a boost in the front. It's just gated, so the cab IR is disabled. The output from the TMP, I have just a quick little line ran over here to this Seymour Duncan power stage, which they also sent my first time checking this out. My note about it is that this EQ switch is pretty cool. You can enable or disable the EQ, and this thing actually makes a really big difference in the end on your tone. This is what I dialed in for it. And then we're running out to the cab, which is in the isolation closet in the other room. So I ended up going with this Crimson Audio modified SM57, which Leon just gave me. It's my first time checking it out. I think it sounds really awesome. I switched out the SM7B because I couldn't quite get that Pillars of Creation kind of tone that I was looking for, and this mic got me there. So, and that's the EVH Stealth 412 cap. So that was the signal chain I used for the video. Peace.